everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I am your Wednesday host. And this week we're talking about deities tests, or tests that deities will give you or have you. Alright, so first off I want to say I love the channel. Awesome. And all the different backgrounds you guys cover with your speakers. I find it very interesting to look at everyone's different perspectives on each topic. I was wondering if it would be possible if you guys could talk about whether or not deities test individuals when people go to those deities for patrons, or their patrons. I've heard of people going through hardships such as depression and things becoming uprooted once they choose to follow a particular deity at first, until a point where they start to deal with those issues and start to get their life together. I've recently started working with or following the Morrigan. I have too, I think within the last 6 months, maybe a little bit longer, and have been dealing with personal issues that are coming to light through the new direction. So far I am handling it well, and it seems to be the right path for me to go, but I was wondering if deities just do this to certain individuals, or if this is something that everyone goes through when they start to follow their patron. Okay, I know from my personal experience and from people I know that when they start following a particular deity, and some deities, I don't want to say they're more powerful than others, but they're more intense than others, those deities you'll tend to feel something happening a lot quicker and more intensely, like their personality. For me, personally, I started working with Isis 20-something years ago. She was my first deity, or my first goddess. And she is very mothering. Her energy for me is very mothering. It's very, it's not overpowering, it's not over nurturing, it's not under nurturing, it's just that smooth balance. She's kind of like, she gives you that at a girl when you need it, and when you're low, she's, you can do this kind of thing. In my own path, I became very complacent. I think a lot of people that have been on this path for a long time, they get maybe lazy, life gets in the way, what have you, and so I've been feeling a pull to my spirituality again, but I just didn't have the motivation. And then insert the Morrigan. So I felt a shift in my path, in my goddess's feel, and it was pretty intense. And it felt very much like Isis was stepping back and kind of sitting, watching, and the Morrigan came forward to, be a drill sergeant, which is to me what she is. I had been having a lot of things in my life that needed to be dealt with, but being a Taurus, I am a overthinker. I'm always in my mind, and I go through every single scenario to try to figure out what is the right path. And in doing that, sometimes you miss opportunities to actually handle issues. And also in doing that, you tend to kind of drag things out. So the Morrigan comes in my life, and she kind of turned it upside down, but in really good ways. It didn't seem like that at first. I separated from my coven, which, looking back, as much as that was really painful, it was definitely the best thing. Not because I am so much better off without them, but because I think that with certain things, they run their course, and when you're not learning, growing, or participating in with as much passion in something, especially your spirituality, then you need to move on. And so, because I was trying to figure out if that's what I need to do, or whatever, it got kind of decided for me. So since then, I've been able to experience a lot of different things plus pushing myself in going back to school and kind of getting back into my solitary practice again. And so it it was very, very good in that sense. It turned it upside down, but it started working out really, really well. And I'm very happy now. um, Also, my practice in general changed completely. And that was very hard to get used to, because when you're used to doing something a certain way, setting up your altar a certain way, using certain things, you tend to get very comfortable with that. But with the Morrigan, the way that I did things was not the way that she wanted them done, and I could tell. And so now I'm learning a different way of approaching things, which is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable sometimes, but it's good though. I feel good about it because I'm learning to be more flexible in my practice and be more open in my practice. Now, these things could be said to be tests or challenges even, and I think they are, and I think they definitely come from a place where she is trying to help me become the best version of myself that I can be. The thing is with deities, that people that believe they're actual gods and goddesses, because I know there's some people that believe they're from source, or they're just an extension of yourself, or what have you. And I'm not saying any of that's wrong. All I'm saying is what I believe is they're deities. Now, they are part of a source, but they're their own separate things. And so that's how I see them. So for me, when deities come into your life and turn things upside down, it's generally not because, in my opinion, of some weird sense of humor or twisted, punishment or anything like that. I really feel that the deities, whatever they do, is to help us be the best versions of ourselves possible. To bring us more and more to enlightenment, to a place where we are very, very much on a consciousness, a universal consciousness. So when the challenges come up and when the tests come up, a lot of times they're not very comfortable. But I'm not going to say trust in the deities. I'm going to say trust in yourself, that you can do it. And it's not where you're being tested to see if you're worthy or anything like that. It's really, it's kind of like how I see it is, birds will push their young out of the nest so they'll fly, to push them to fly. Otherwise, they'll just stay there forever. And I find that the deities are much like that. They will push you because you can fly. And they want you to see that you can fly. So they do push you. They rip off those band-aids and they make, kind of turn things upside down, because they need to be. In our lives, we get very much in a comfortable misery with certain things. And sometimes it's different aspects of our practice. It'll be in relationships, jobs, where you live, whatever. And having something come into your life where it pushes you to make changes you need to make for yourself is always a good thing. So, anyways, that's my opinion on deities, tests, and challenges, and I hope that helped. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and like the video. Always like the thumbs up, and until next time, I will see you guys week after next, and you guys have a great rest of the week. Blessed be. Bye.